Okay, so I made a video a little while back about feeding your quail with, your own things that you produce yourself or collect. And I've made a really interesting discovery here over the last several months of a really power protein packed thing by accident I discovered. Now, as you can see, I've got trash cans underneath my quail cage, which I use to collect because I always have soil, sand boxes in here that they're kicking around. And I use that to collect for soil, fertilized soil or fertilizer. Now, for some reason on this side I have two water containers, on this side one. This trash can has stayed very wet. I'm not sure why. I mean, I guess the quail are messy drinkers too, and they're getting splashing it in there. It's not because of rain, because it's been pretty dry. And this one has stayed pretty dry. Let's take a look at what's in here just by the uncounted thousands. That is a great food source. I mean, it's really wet in here, as you can see. Look at that. Larvae. And they are alive. They're just, it's been a little bit cool, so they're a little bit not moving around. So I'm going to get a little bit more, and let's see what I can do here. I'd like to get more. It seems to be almost a never-ending supply in here. You can see them in there, like floating at the top, curling around. All right, so I'm going to turn the camera off, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, now I'm going to take this, I'm going to rinse it off thoroughly. Just clean, fresh water, rinse as much of the dirt off as I can. Make sure that's in the picture. So I'm getting, most of the scummy shit out of here, where it's just mostly going to be the insect larvae. And then just going to turn it over, dump it out, and now we have the larvae itself, so you can see. So let's see how the quail like this. Alright, so we're going to stick this in here, and here they come. Yeah, so they've grown accustomed to this, so they're getting a huge protein boost, and this will all be gone. They're big pieces, but they manage. So as you can see, they like this, so this is a really big protein boost. So I could do this once or twice a day easily to give them a protein boost. It's just pure protein what they're eating. And I've done this for several months, so it's not hurting them. There's been no repercussions. If anything, the egg production has gone up. So that's pretty amazing right there. Now, I pulled the dry side out, and let's look what's in here. If I stir this up a little bit, I don't know if you can see, but there's tons of little bugs in there, everywhere. You can see them crawling around. So now it's a matter of just figuring out a way to harvest those. So let me show you what I've been trying, and we'll see how the quail react to it. Okay, so what I did is I scooped up a bunch of it. So there's a lot of bugs in there, which we'll see in a minute. So I sifted it out as much as I could, the smaller grains. So to expose these bugs, we're going to try doing this. I'm going to dump it in there, fill it with water, and then I'm assuming the bugs will kind of come to the top, float to the top, and then we'll scoop them out with the smaller net. So let's try that. Okay, sorry for the motorcycle there. There we see them crawling around, but I want to separate them out, so we're going to add some water. Hopefully this doesn't collapse on me. Try this. Let's see if they just kind of float to the top. Sorry about the motorcycle. Alright, so now, okay, so as you can see, they're all floating around. So I'm now going to just scoop them up. Should be an that's an easier way to collect them, I think. So I'm just scooping them up. And I think I'm going to rinse this out too again with them in there. Yeah, so you can see them all in there. Let me get as many as I can. So I got almost all of them, but I want to get all of them. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to just rinse this net out again. Okay, so now I'm going to dump this in here. And let's see how the birds react. These are going to look a little different to them, but yep, they're immediately going to it and starting to take out those bugs. Oh, there's still some in the net too. I got to try to get those out. Yep, so I'm going to see which side are they on. Alright, so let's get these other ones out of here. They don't want to come out of the net. But as you can see, the birds are eating them up. So, almost a never-ending protein source. I mean, we'll keep experimenting with it, but the birds are definitely eating it. I'll take this tray out here in a few minutes after they've had a chance to find them all, clean them up. But there you go. Almost a never-ending source of protein, I would say. So it's just something to maybe experiment with on your own, and saves you money. You know, anything to save money and give your birds protein source is certainly not going to hurt as long as it's safe. So from what I can tell, this is safe. I haven't seen any problems with the birds at all. Alright, so if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you want to support the channel, then you can click on the Amazon link, do shopping on Amazon, and that's the best way to support the channel, as well as listening and watching commercials. Alright, we'll see you later.